Society. Sorry, Deva-Bhāṣā Sanskrit Society, pardon me. Today we'll be talking about, we are doing a reading session of Amarhasa. I personally love taking Amarhasa Ramayana stories because of how easy it is. It's a very beginner friendly session, or a beginner friendly material for studying Sanskrit or learning Sanskrit. We started Ramayana because who doesn't love Ramayana, right? We've all been studying Ramayana or listening to Ramayana stories ever since our childhood. So the same we will be continuing today. I request all of you to be very active. Uh, shall I start reading the session, or will anybody volunteer to start uh, the session, or like start reading? I will be giving you a summary before you can go to today's chapter. Will anybody volunteer?
If no one is ready, I can go ahead.
Okay, sure. Before that, I'll just give, or you can give a recap of what we did about the previous chapters. We have completed till Bahavo Brahmanaha. If you can give the summary, or otherwise, I can also give. Anyway.
Yeah, you can provide the summary. I don't remember.
Okay, sure. So we started out with Ayodhya, Ayodhya being a very beautiful and extravagant city. Ayodhya is where Lord Rama took his birth. So Ayodhya was ruled by King Dasharatha. It starts off like that. And then we have Bahavo Rajapatnyaha, which talks about his three wives, Kausalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi. They describe that each one's origin, and they talk about each one's characteristics. And the most favorite wife of King Dasharatha, we got to know that it was Kaikeyi. And then Dasharataha Kim Ichati. Okay, he has happy people, a great big city. He has three beautiful wives who love him so much. But still he's sad. But why is he sad? Like, what does he want? So that is what we did in third chapter. We realized that he wants to perform a yajna, or a sacred sacrifice for having children, because even though he had three wives, he had not yet received any sons, or any sort of offsprings from them. So he wants to perform a sacred sacrifice from some munis and brahmanas, uh, to sort of get a boon from them. So when the gods will be happy, they will give you a boon, right? So that boon, he will ask that he wants a very strong and a very powerful and very lovable son, or many sons. Then he goes and discusses this is all this he will be thinking in his mind, but he wouldn't have revealed to anyone. Then he will go meet his ministers. um, Especially Sumantra will be one of his favorite minister. So he will go ask them that, is this a good thing that I should perform a sacrifice, and what do you suggest? And then he asks them, from whom should I get this done? And they suggest that you should go get this done by brahmanas, those who are well versed in the Vedas and Puranas, and who can perform these, who would have collected so much power in them to perform these sacred sacrifices. So, and then we got to know about Rishyashrunga. He was considered as the one who could perform this sacred sacrifice, or the yajna that he wanted, a yajna for having sons. So today we'll be starting about Bahavo Rajanaha. So Bahavo Rajanaha means that many kings. So many kings have arrived at the sacred sacrifice. So Dasharathaha Sukhitaha. Madhu, would you like to start reading the first paragraph?
Sure, Naga. Dasharatah Sukhitah. Sarve Rajamantrinah Sukhitaah. Sarve cha Brahmanaah Sukhitaah. कस्मात् यज्ञो भविष्यति यज्ञो अयोध्यायां भविष्यति.
Thank you, Madhu. So I'll explain the meaning. Dasharataha Sukhitaha, which means Dasharatha is pleased. Dasharatha is happy that we got to know. He understood that he wanted to make a sacrifice, and that sacrifice is going to happen in front of his eyes in a few moments. Sarve Rajamantrinaha Sukhitaha, which means many royal ministers are also pleased. They were also pleased that King Dasharatha is going to perform a sacrifice for getting his offsprings. Sarve cha brahmanaha sukhitaha, which means all the Brahmins or many Brahmins are pleased. Kasmat, from what or from why are they pleased? Yagno bhavishyati, the sacred sacrifice will be performed. Yagno ayodhyayam bhavishyati, where will the sacrifice be performed? It will be performed in Ayodhya. So, would anyone else want to volunteer for the next paragraph? Vidhatri, yes, sure. Would you like to read?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Am
Go
I
ahead.
audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah.
बहवो राजानो यज्ञं द्रष्टुम् इच्छन्ति बहवो राजानो अयोध्यां गच्छन्ति बहवो राजानो यज्ञं द्रष्टुं गच्छन्ति के राजानो यज्ञं इच्छन्ति द्रष्टुं के राजानो अयोध्यां गच्छन्ति.
Thank you, Vidhatri. Can you explain the meaning if you understood something in your own words? Maybe a few, one sentence or two
Okay,
sentences.
I will try. Many kings have are interested to see the yagna, and many have gone there to see the yagna. Many Bahavo Rajanu Yagnam Drishtum. Many kings have gone there to see the yagna. Many the question is which kings have gone there to see the yagna. Ke Rajanu Yagnam Ayodhya. Which kings have gone to Ayodhya to see the yagna?
Very nice try, Vidhatri. You were absolutely correct. So, Bahavo Rajano Yajnam Drashtumichanti, which means, as she said, many kings have come or want to see the sacrifice. Bahavo Rajano Ayodhyam Gachanti, which means they're all going to Ayodhya. And if we talk about present tense, they're all in Ayodhya right now. Bahavo Rajano Yajnam Drashtum Gachanti. So they're not simply going to Ayodhya, they're going to see the sacred sacrifice that's being performed by King Dasharatha, and Rishi Rishyashringa is conducting this sacred yajna. Ke Rajano Yajnam Icchanti Drashtum, which means which are the kings that want to see the sacrifice. Okay, we understood that some kings have come, but we will also see which kings have come. Ke Rajano Ayodhyayam Gachanti, which kings are going to Ayodhya or have come to Ayodhya, if we have to say. Okay, anyone else apart from Madhu and Vidhatri would like to volunteer? Guys, let's make it interactive. It's not a one-sided thing. I want this to be a unique thing where in any if even if you can read like one sentence, it's absolutely fine. I see quite a few people here. I want you guys to be interactive at least, please. All right.
Okay. Uh, can the script be changed like to any other native language if they're comfortable with that?
Yeah, sure. If they can ask me, I can change it. I
Guys,
think
if
we
you
have English, we have Kannada, uh, we have we have quite a few languages there.
guys, if you're comfortable with any of the languages, you can ask and she'll change the script. And then
Yeah,
maybe you can try, give it a try at least.
yeah, at least a try, because it's obviously for you guys, for beginners, we are making this session.
Unless you pronounce the words and spell it out, you can't learn the language.
Okay, Sachit, will you give a try? Will you read the next paragraph?
Yes,
Maybe
yes,
that will encourage them to.
yes, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Janako gachatya Ayodhyayam. Janako yajnam drashtum ichchati. Janakah kaha. Janako Mithila Rajaha. Mithila Sundari Nagari. Yes, I'll read. Yeah. Janakaha. Should I explain that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So, Janaka went to Ayodhya. Janaka wishes to see the Yajnam. And who is Janaka? Janaka is the Maharaja of Mithila, and Mithila is a beautiful city.
Thank you, Sachit. So as Sachit said, the first Janako Gachatya Ayodhyayam. That is, now after meeting Rishyashrunga, he has reached Ayodhya or is going to Ayodhya. Janako Yajnam Drashtum Ichchati. Janaka wants to see the sacrifice now. Janakaha kaha. Now, who is Janaka now? Janako Mithila Rajaha. We all know Janaka as the king of Mithila Raja, or we know him as the father of Sita. But of course, Sita has not come into the picture yet. So we will continue with that. Mithila Sundari Nagari. That is, Mithila is a beautiful city. Okay, now since Sachit gave a head start, would anybody else read the next two sentences in the same paragraph? I see Rohit Shetty, I see Sundar, I see Arubhi Bansal, and I see Adi. I think you guys can give a try, any one of you. I think you guys can try. I can help you guys out. Maybe one sentence at least.
Please don't ask me to translate
No,
Naga.
it's okay. It's fine. At least you guys can start learning to read, right? Until unless you guys don't
Because
come.
I'm having the most minimal understanding of Sanskrit right now.
Completely fine. But you know, at least to read Hindi or Devanagari
Yeah,
script.
I can do that. At least I've practiced
Yeah,
that.
okay, you can try reading at least one sentence. Okay?
Okay,
If there's
okay,
any
okay,
mistake, I will help you on the way.
okay. I'll read. I'll read.
Okay. You can start.
Okay. Thank you first. Okay. Janakah says, Kim Dasharathasya putro bhavishyati, Kim Ayodhyaya balvan rajputro bhavishyati, aham gyatum ichchami.
Okay, nice. Do you like, can you try and understand anything?
I I can't. The only three things I understand is Kim Dasharathasya putro, because we had a session about that Shabdroop, so I can only understand who is Dashrath's putra. That's all I
Okay,
can
that's
understand.
fine.
I'm
It's all
sorry.
right. You gave your try. I really appreciate. And yeah, this is how everybody should come forward. You know, it's very nice. Thank you, Arbi. I'll explain that for everybody. Yeah,
Okay, I'm actually very attentively listening to the translations. I can't make my own translations right now. I'm not
it's
at that
all right.
level.
Completely fine. It's completely fine. You did a great job. Okay, so Janakaha says, Kim Dasharathasya putro bhavishyati? Will Dasharatha have a son? Kim Ayodhyaya Balavan Rajaputro Bhavishyati? We had initially in our session, we had seen what was the desire of King Dasharatha. He didn't want just any kind of a son. He wanted a Balavan son. That is a strong son he wanted. Balavan Putraha. So Janaka is basically thinking in his mind or his perspective. He's telling, will Ayodhya have a strong prince, just like how King Dashratha wants? Aham Jnatum Ichchami. I want to know, and that is why I have basically come here to attend the sacred sacrifice or the yajna that is going to happen. Okay, apart from the ones who have finished reading, will anybody else? Adi, will you give a try? Adi is a new member of our society, so we welcome him first of all.
Hello, thank you for the welcome.
Yeah, will you give a try?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
Yeah, KK, Kekaya Rajascha Yajnam Gachati Drishtam, Putri KK Rajascha Kaikayi, Kaikayi Dasharathasya Priyatama Patni. So, the first one is saying Kaikeyi Rajascha Yajnam Drishtam, means Kaikeya Raja is going to see the Yajna. He wants to see it. And the second line, Putri Kaikeya Rajasya Kaikeyi. Means the Raja, means Kaikeyi is the daughter of Kaikeya Raja. And Kaikeyi Dasharathasya Priyapatni. So Kaikeyi is the, what is it, dearest wife of Dasharatha.
Very good, Adi. Would you like to continue and finish that paragraph?
Okay. Uh, so Kaikeyi Raja says, Kim Kaikeya Putro Bhavishyati, means will Kaikeyi have a son? Kim Kaikeyaha Balavan Putro Bhavishyati? Now he's asking himself, like, will Kaikeyi have a very strong son? And the next sentence is, Kim Putraha Kaikeyaha Balavan Raja Bhavishyati? Will the son that Kaikeyi will have, will he be strong and will he be a strong king? That is what he said, thinking.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much, Adi. I think it's really an inspiration, like new people coming forward and reading the reading, having like being very active in the reading sessions. So, like he said, I'd just like to summarize. KK Rajascha Yajnam Gachati Drashtum, which means the cake after Janaka, KK king is also part of going to see the sacrifice. He's being part of the sacrifice. Putri KK Rajasya Kaikeyi. So Kaikeyi is the daughter of King Kekeya. Kaikeyi Dasharathasya Priyatama Patni. We saw this initially in our initial sessions. We understood that even though Dasharatha has 3 wives, his youngest wife, Kaikeyi, is the most beautiful and most dearest to our king Dasharatha. Next, Kekeya Rajaha. So it is his perspective, or he is telling it. Kim Kaikeyaha Putro Bhavishyati? Will Kaikeyi have a strong son? Kim Kaikeya Balavan Putro Bhavishyati? That's what. Will Kaikeyi have a strong son? Kim Putraha Kaikeya Balavan Raja Bhavishyati? Which means, will the son of Kaikeyi be a strong king? Now here, I'd like to state an example from Mahabharata. See, the whole Mahabharata started when the competition between Kunti and Gandhari, when Gandhari's sons will not be getting equal rights. Our Shakuni will be very possessive about his sister. He'll be like, she married a blind king. First of all, he'll be angry with that. And then there's this another wife of there is this another son and wife, that is Kunti and King Pandu. He will be scared that the throne will be going and all the facilities would be going to Queen Kunti and her kids, the Pandavas. So that is why he builds this whole poisonous mindset in King Dasharatha and his sons, as in a sort of a very revengeous mind. So here, I mean, everybody, the loved ones, right? So when something is close to us, we start becoming possessive. So KK Raja is also becoming possessive about his daughter Kaikeyi. He's like, okay, we have come to attend the yajna that King Dashratha wants to have sons, but will my daughter have a son, or many sons for that matter? Will Kaikeyi get a strong son, Balavan Putro? Will she get a strong son? And that Kim Putraha Kaikeyi Balavan Raja Bhavishyati. Not that he only wants his daughter's son or his grandson to become a son of Dasharatha, but will he become a great, strong king later on after King Dasharatha? Will he become a successor of the throne? That is what he's, in a very possessive tone, he's telling this. Next one. I'd like to read this one. Kashi Rajascha Yajnam Gachati Drashtum. Kashi Raja, that is king of Kashi, is also going to see the sacrifice. Sumitra Putri Kashi Rajasya, that is Queen Sumitra is the daughter of King Kashi Raja. Sumitra Dasharathasya Priya Patni. She is also quite dear to him. Maybe not as much as Kaikeyi, but she is also quite a dear wife to King Dasharatha. Now, Kashi Raja, that is his perspective, in his mind what is going on, or if he is telling, what is he telling? Kim Sumitrayaha putro bhavishyati? Will Sumitra have a son? Kim mama priyayaha putryaha putro bhavishyati? Again, the same thing. Will my beloved daughter have a son? The same possessive tone is coming here. All the kings have come. Obviously, they're proud that King Dashratha is going to have sons, and their daughters are going to be a part of that. Their daughters are the ones who are going to bear these royal sons, right? Or the royal hair. Now, Kashi Raja is also tensed. He's like, will my daughter get a son? And will my daughter's son become the future king? He's thinking about this. Bahavo balavanto rajano ayodhyayam gachanti, which means we understood that many strong kings have come to Ayodhya or are going to Ayodhya. Bahavo balavanto rajano mahayagnyam drashtum gachanti, which means many strong kings are going to see the great sacrifice. It's not a common thing that you will be performing a yajna to get sons or to get your offsprings, right? And King Dashratha was considered as one of the most beloved as well as one of the greatest kings that Ayodhya had ever seen, or for that matter the entire Bharata Desha had seen. So Bahavo Rajano Balavantah. So they're all strong kings. Ko Raja Balavattamaha. Which king is the strongest? Okay, now many kings have come, but when we say many kings have come, we always say who is the most superior one. So they are asking that question. It's a general question. Like we'll say as if this is the question asked by the people of Ayodhya. Okay, people of Ayodhya may not be knowing all the kings present. So they are seeing many kings in their kingdom and they're thinking who might be the most strong or the most superior king amongst all of these. So the answer to that question is Dasharatho Balavattamo Raja. That is, Dasharatha is the strongest king here. Dasharatho Balavattamo Bahunam Ragnyam, which means Dasharatha is not only a strong king, he's strongest amongst many of the kings. Dasharatho Balavattamo Bahunam Balavatam Ragnyam. That's what. Dasharatha is the strongest of many strong kings. So this summarized that many kings have come to attend the sacred sacrifice that's being performed by our dear and our beloved king Dasharatha in Ayodhya. We have Janaka Maharaja from Mithila. Then we saw Kekeya Raja of the father of Kaikeyi. We also have Kashi Raja, who is the father of Queen Sumitra, and many other kings have also been who are also come for witnessing this sacred sacrifice. The fathers of their daughters are concerned whether my daughters will have sons and will they be strong sons, strong enough to become the successors of King Dasharatha, in a very possessive tone. Yeah, that was today's session. Is there any doubt? We want to keep the session small enough because we really value all of your time. So is there any doubt? First of all, if there is, you can ask. We will all clear the doubts, and please do give us the feedback also. What can be better, or you want to modify it, anything.
Now, one thing I would like to add here is, though you can't tell the meaning of the shloka, or I mean, not the shloka in the sense the passage or the two lines, even if you can't tell the meaning of the thing, you can definitely read it. You can definitely read it in English or Sanskrit or Devanagari script, or the language you speak or read. There are many options to change the script as well. So if you at least speak once and read it once, then you'll get the gist of it as well. And we have many native speakers here as well from Kannada and Telugu, Tamil, Hindi. So we understand those languages as well. Even if you give the explanation of whatever you've understood in those languages as well, and it'll be, it'll be a very interactive session. Ultimately, we're all here to learn. So if in this learning process, if everyone is interactive, then it'll be more fun.
Yes, I do agree with what Sachit, our secretary of the society, said. It's always necessary that we try to put the effort, whether we make mistake or not. In computer science terms, if there are any computer science engineers or computer science related people, we say until unless there is no mistake in the code, we'll not learn how to code actually. And the same thing goes with languages, right? Especially when we are kids, we would be learning our mother tongues. We would all make mistakes. Even now, if we see that after, we'll not be speaking perfect languages. For example, my mother tongue in Kannada, there are many words I mispronounce even today, and my mother will be like, "You're not pronouncing correctly, this is the correct pronunciation." There'll be new words, right? There'll be lakhs together of words to learn. And I think the same goes with Sanskrit also. So I request everyone to be an interactive session, even though it's just 30 minutes. We might hardly be spending with not even 100 words or so. I would request everyone to try their level best. We are not teaching any complicated grammar in this session, because we want this to reach to every possible individual, to celebrate the beauty of this language. Yes, if there are any feedbacks or if there's anything else that we have to improve from our side, yes, Vignesh, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is not directly related to the session, but it is more related to the content itself. So, regarding the remark that among all the kings, Dashratha is the strongest. I have something from the Aranyaka Parva of the Mahabharata, which is the third book of Mahabharata, chapter 134, shloka 5, shloka or verse as you would like to say. Ashtavakra says, Sarve Raganyo मैथिलस्य मेनकास्येव पर्वताः निकृष्टभूता राजानो वत्सा अनडुहो यथा. What it means is, as all other mountains are inferior to the Mainakas, as calves are inferior to the ox, so are all the other kings of the earth inferior to the king of Mithila.
This
Yeah,
is
that
from
is it.
Mahabharata, right?
Yes.
Wow,
It's a
very
beautiful
interesting,
verse, I must say.
beautiful.
I will say it's a beautiful bliss to even listen to it.
So if there are no doubts, then now we can conclude for today. We'll be having the next learning sessions not the next week, but the week after. And for the coming Saturday, we have an event. So I wish and request all of you to please attend the event as well. Details will be provided soon. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.